Sitting in my rocking chair on the porch of my apartment, I feel the evening sun warm my wrinkled face. In my hands, I hold a faded photo of the 15th Expeditionary Infantry Regiment, my platoon during World War II. Sometimes, when the silence of the night blends with the gentle wind, I am transported back to those dark days in the city of Monte Castello, Italy. I close my eyes and see myself back in that war-ravaged city. One day remains vivid in my memory, as if it happened yesterday. Before the horrors of war, I was skeptical and didn't believe in the supernatural. I thought everything could be explained by logic and reason. My God, how wrong I was. The sounds of explosions and gunfire echoed in the distance. Muffled screams and the sound of planes overhead were constant. I walked cautiously, eyes alert to every movement. Then a cry for help cut through the sound of explosions and changed everything. After that cry, everything I believed in, or thought I believed in, crumbled. I stopped, looking in the direction from which the cry came. My eyes fixed on a boy, thin, dirty, and in tears. "Please, sir, help my mother. She's trapped," he said. That's what I managed to understand with my limited knowledge of Italian. My great-grandmother was Italian, from Cavarnia, to be more exact. A small town in the province of Como, in Lombardy. "Calm down, boy. We'll help." I quickly waved to my platoon, which ran toward the boy. We arrived at a partially destroyed house, full of rubble. With the help of my platoon, we began to remove the debris, fighting against time. The remains of the house that were still standing could collapse at any moment. "Here. Let's lift this together. Watch out for the sharp edges." The sound of stones being moved and orders being shouted filled the air. Part of the platoon removed the debris while the other kept watch. As much as we were full of good intentions, we couldn't forget that we were in the middle of a war in a distant country. The boy stood at the entrance of the house, watching. It was too dangerous for him inside. "Keep going, we can't stop now." Finally, among the rubble, a woman's hand appeared. She was injured, unconscious, but alive. "We found her, boy." I looked at him, his eyes filled with tears. The relief was palpable but quickly turned into horror. "There's something else here." As we continued to remove the debris, we found the lifeless body of a boy, inert, under the stones. I knelt, holding the boy in my arms. A chill ran down my spine. My whole body shivered. "No. It can't be. This is the boy who asked for our help, but how is it possible?" I looked toward the entrance of the house where the boy had been. He was gone. It was at that moment I realized that something beyond the natural had happened. A spirit, an angel, or something I couldn't explain with reason happened there during the darkness of war. The tragedy of a lost life that love brings back to save those it loves reminds us of the devastating price of conflict. The image in my mind slowly fades, showing me and my platoon around the boy and his mother in a desolate scene. The sounds of gunfire and explosions diminish, giving way to the sound of my cell phone alarm reminding me it's time to take my medication. It's the price to pay for being the last living remnant of my platoon. And so, sitting in my rocking chair, looking at the faded photo of my platoon, I recall that dark day in Italy. The war left deep marks on all of us, and the memory of that boy and his mother will never leave me. I now believe that there are forces beyond our understanding that guide and protect us in the darkest moments. And even with the passing years, this memory remains alive in me.